Hey guys, I know we ran out of time in class today to go over the tutorial for assignment 3, so I'm going to share this video with you with a few tips and tricks to help with the assignment. Let's start by opening a new file and creating our paper space. Change the units to inches. Go over to the width, 18, the height, 18, hit OK, and you'll get your new artboard, right? If your rulers are off, go to View, Rulers, Show Rulers. If you click, drag, and pull, you'll create those guides, just like last time. We want to bring these 2 inches in on each side. Once you have that set up, you should have the 14 by 14 inch square in the center of your page. And that'll be the area we create our lines in. Alright, so I've got some lines started. I'm not going to do all 20, but remember you'll have 20 lines horizontal straight across the page. A little trick for copying is if you pull a line while holding Shift and Alt on the keyboard, it'll create a copy. And it'll keep it aligned with the one you made previously. Of course, you can also just Control-C, Control-V to make copies. Or that Shift, Alt, and drag the line. Create a line, you can use the line tool. Click and pull across the screen and release. Create a line. Or the pen tool. You click a point and another point, and it connects a segment between them. So you see it'll keep going if you keep clicking. Which we don't want in this case, right? We want one line starting from left to right. So we'll undo that. Start another one. If you click and pull, it'll create a curve instead of a straight segment. If you hit enter, it'll end it. So we won't start zigzagging across the page. To edit these points individually, you need to use the direct selection tool, not the selection tool. So it's the white mouse will let you click each point and start to pull those around. You can change the points to either sharp or round by selecting these converter options at the top. So the round ones will give you these handles that you can later pull and adjust the curve. Alright, now these lines are extending past our guidelines, right? So we're going to clip them. Create a rectangle using the rectangle tool to fit exactly within your 14 by 14. Now it'll have a border showing up, which we don't want. So you're going to go up to your fill and stroke, and you're going to select that red diagonal line, which is nothing. It won't fill it with anything. If we select all the lines, we're going to make them a group. So select them, right click, group. Now you also want to hold shift and select that rectangle. It's still there even though it's invisible. Now all of them are selected. We're going to right click and say create clipping mask. It's going to clip all those lines perfectly to that rectangle you drew. If you double click on any one of those lines in the group, it'll let you back into the group that you can edit them. And you'll see they're still there. They're still extending past your guidelines. They're just clipped. If you click out, it'll clip them again. So that's a good way to set this up. Let's do a save as. Remember, every 10 minutes, you're going to go to File, Save As, and type in your file name using the convention we specified. So it should be A03, your last name, and then the step you're on. So we're on step 1. You're going to save this as an AI document. Click Save, click OK, and you're going to do it again, but this time as a PDF. So change that to PDF, can have the same name, click Save, Save PDF, and now you've got both of your files. Now let's add some anchor points. If you go to the pen tool, hold, and get the anchor selection option, you can click anywhere on these lines and add control points. So I'm going to add a few now. And remember to grab these, you need the white selection tool, and then you can click on these points and start to pull them around. Remember, you can also make them curved by selecting those converter options. So let me change a few of these. Let's change the thickness too. So I'm going to go back to the selection tool, go into the group, grab a couple whole lines, and then using this number slider up by the stroke, you can change the thickness. Let's make a few thicker, maybe make some thinner. Remember, you guys will be playing with thickness, density, to create spatial compositions. Let's do another save as before we get too far. This will be step 2. I'm just going to do a PDF, but remember you'll do the Illustrator file as well. Now the next part of this is going to go pretty fast as I just make a few more changes to get a couple more PDFs for the end. All right, once you have all your PDFs, you need to combine them in Adobe Acrobat Reader. And if you look at these in full screen mode and click through, we'll see the lines start to shift and move across the page. Now this one only has 4, but remember yours will have at least 12. You can do more if you want, but at least 12 and at least 2 hours to create those 12. Obviously this example is really short. Yours will be much, much cooler than this, I'm sure of it. So hopefully this helps, and just remember to have fun with it. And I look forward to seeing these next week. All right, thanks guys.